For most Americans, Thanksgiving not only represents a day of unapologetic gluttony, but it's also a chance to get together with family members that we don't ordinarily see. While I've noticed that Brazilian families are fairly close, American families, by contrast, don't often get together. So days like Thanksgiving are very special for us because we get a chance to interact with family members that we may not necessarily see until next Thanksgiving. By far, the typical American Thanksgiving meal in the modern era is a far cry from what the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Indians of Plymouth County had in 1621, which included various types of wildfowl such as geese, ducks, swans, pigeons, and yes, turkeys, along with grain corn for bread and or porridge, venison, and pretty much any vegetables they could reap from the harvest. Such 17th century birds would be stuffed with chunks of onion and herbs, or sometimes just shelled chestnuts. Also, unlike today, the first Thanksgiving was a 3-day celebration. In America, we, without question, all look forward to an amazing dinner, and what makes it amazing is the wide variety of delicious foods we serve. I'll go over the most common Thanksgiving foods first, the ones without which Thanksgiving Day would never truly be complete. The star of the Thanksgiving dinner is, unquestionably, the turkey. And we've got the stats to back it up since, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, more than 45 million turkeys are cooked and eaten in the United States on Thanksgiving Day every year. However, some families, perhaps eager to break tradition, may decide to go with a baked ham instead of a turkey. And families that are strapped for cash, or perhaps on a leaner budget, may decide to buy 1 or 2 rotisserie chickens, since the more popular, larger turkeys can get pretty expensive, with the average turkey weighing about 16 pounds. The next Thanksgiving dinner necessity is the stuffing. What many families will do is, after they've emptied out the inside of the turkey, they'll stuff the uncooked stuffing mix right inside the bird and throw everything in the oven. At 325 degrees Fahrenheit, a 20-pound stuffed turkey would take approximately 5 hours to roast. Classic stuffing is made with bits of bread mixed in with crushed crackers and various herbs such as thyme, pepper, sage, and rosemary, depending on the recipe, though some people prefer to prepare a crab stuffing or other type of seafood stuffing instead. Stuffing can be, and often is, served as a separate dish, especially when it's a seafood stuffing, because it's usually safer to cook the stuffing separately in a casserole dish to ensure the seafood cooks thoroughly. And no Thanksgiving dinner that has turkey and stuffing would be complete without gravy. Once the turkey has been sliced and served, many Americans will pour gravy right on top of their turkey, as well as their stuffing and any potato products that they may be eating. Which reminds me, mashed potatoes are a very popular choice with families, as are sweet potatoes and yams, mixed of course with generous heaps of butter. Small roasted potatoes also make a very delicious Thanksgiving side dish. And while Americans tend to be famous for loving French fries, you'll never see them served during Thanksgiving. It just doesn't happen. Another Thanksgiving staple is the cranberry sauce. While some Americans prefer to get it from a can, many will opt to make cranberry sauce from scratch because they find the homemade version to be a far more visually appealing dish than the more impersonal, gelatinous canned version. Don't get me wrong, the canned cranberry sauce is delicious too, and kids tend to prefer the canned variety anyway. As for bread, you can serve pretty much any type of bread you want, though most Americans will serve either baked dinner rolls or cornbread. If you go with dinner rolls, just be sure to make plenty of them, because your guests will devour them quickly. Also, this will probably be the one day of the year that your kids won't complain about eating vegetables, and a good Thanksgiving dinner should have at least 2 or 3 vegetables from which to choose. The most popular vegetables served in a Thanksgiving dinner are peas, green beans, carrots, butternut squash, and corn. And while corn on the cob might be on the menu, most Americans prefer loose corn because the corn on the cob takes up a lot of space on a plate, and we like to stack a generous variety of food on our plates. Depending on the family, you may also see broccoli and even Brussels sprouts served. Also, it's always a good idea to have a salad on hand because everybody's got that one family member who insists he or she is on a diet. Caesar salad is a popular choice because even with salads, we go for the most fattening ones we can think of, and Caesar salad tops that list by a country mile. If you are planning on having a large gathering, it's also not a bad idea to prepare a pasta dish, or even a casserole, especially if you'll be having children over for dinner. I've seen lasagna, as well as macaroni and cheese served with the other foods I just mentioned. One year, my aunt even made a chili casserole, which was probably one of the most delicious things I'd ever eaten as part of a Thanksgiving dinner. And now for the desserts. By and large, people put apple pie at the top of Thanksgiving Day desserts, and without question, pies in general top the dessert list. Among the most popular types of pie you'll see are apple pie, strawberry pie, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, blueberry pie, lemon meringue pie, key lime pie, chocolate pudding pie, coconut cream pie, and peach cobbler. If you prefer cake, the most popular ones are chocolate cake, carrot cake, and cheesecake. And if you're looking for smaller dessert ideas, try cinnamon rolls, oatmeal raisin cookies, or chocolate chip cookies. Since many American families only see each other during Thanksgiving, and maybe Christmas, most of our post-dinner activities are limited to just hanging out, talking to each other, swapping anecdotes, and catching up on all the things we missed since the last Thanksgiving. And for those who don't feel like chatting, or who just feel like relaxing and letting the tryptophan kick in, there's America's #1 Thanksgiving activity: watching football. And yeah, there's anywhere from 2 to 4 NFL football games broadcast every Thanksgiving, not counting college football, so there's always going to be at least one game to watch. Some Americans prefer to spend their post-dinner hours getting out and getting their blood pumping, so they may choose to actually play football themselves, either in addition to or instead of watching it on TV. The family may choose to play a friendly game of touch football in their own backyard or at a nearby field. And for those who don't particularly care for football, but still want to burn off some of those turkey calories, they may choose to participate in a local turkey trot. A turkey trot is a local foot race, usually 5 kilometers long, that takes place before or on Thanksgiving Day. You can walk or run, and people usually wear funny hats, often shaped like turkeys or footballs. It's a great way to balance out the excessive eating if you think about it. The website runningintheusa.com has a very helpful list of turkey trots taking place around the nation, and the site gives you the option to choose the races closest to where you live if you wish to participate. Families may also discuss plans they have for Black Friday shopping, when they plan on getting in those long outdoor waiting lines, and they may formulate strategies for the things they wish to buy and how they plan on buying them. Thanksgiving Day is also an ideal day for selecting names for Christmas gifts. After all, most of the family members are already gathered in one convenient spot, and Christmas sales begin the next day, so it's an opportune time to make Christmas gift-giving arrangements. So that's pretty much it. A lot goes on during the Thanksgiving holiday, and by far it's one of our favorite holidays to celebrate in America. Who knows, maybe someday the tradition will make its way to Brazil. And if Wizard wishes to celebrate the festivities, I'd welcome you all to add whatever touches you wish, to give the holiday dinner a tasty Brazilian touch. Maybe add in some delicious coxinhas to the mix. Serve guaraná. or perhaps prepare some delicious brigadeiros as a dessert snack. The possibilities are endless, so make this holiday celebration your own and enjoy.